recognition for the cause, recognition to support and help many, many women, their children, and the youth in particular, besides the men. I would like to tell you how this concept was born. I was to go to NIH to do my postdoctoral on primary prevention program development for young people. But since my husband was in then Tanzania, I went there as a senior faculty of the University of Dar es Salaam and deferred my program in NIH, which was my dream. But what I saw in Tanzania, at Muhimbili Hospital, people were standing in the queue. It was early 1980s. They were suffering from HIV/AIDS. As a sociologist, I visited the hospital and did a project as an honorary sociologist, though Swahili I couldn't even read ABCD. But then I felt, what is the point of adding academic degrees? Actions speak louder than academics. And I felt my work should be in my motherland. And I returned. Thank you. Mind you, I am from the grassroots, ordinary, not like these people. And I returned to India. In Africa, in fact, it was in Marseille, they said, why do you worry about India? You have your culture that will protect you from AIDS. I said, what culture? Horticulture. So I said, no more academics. We want action. Desh was born. First, it was AIDS education among industrial workers, among women, and in schools with UNICEF support. First, the women did not personalize it. They thought it was an alien disease. So they are safe because they have their husbands only. I said, so what? I've returned from Africa. I might have had some exposure. So please don't believe anyone. But no, then, fortunately, we were able to start the reproductive and child health program with the support of foundations like MacArthur Foundation, then Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, state governments and central government. That is when the women started personalizing it. Reproductive and child health. Oh, it affects me, it affects my child. Why? Because my husband has had other exposure. Oh, the experience is immense. I tell you what, I have gone through this. I wish every one of us could really live that kind of experience. And lot of challenges. Of course, met with an accident. I got my third leg, but still, never ever give up. And I find that it just has immense effect on our personality. We become positive, and we are able to accept challenges, and we start thinking about others. And therefore, I felt that this is going to be my life, reproductive and child health. This went on till 2009. In 2009, my second son, the fittest in the family, died of a fatal heart attack. We were in a state of shock. At least 10 doctors who came to give their condolence, they said it's because of tobacco. And they told me that at their clinics, the fatal heart attacks among youth, over 90% is because of tobacco. And I asked those doctors, what do you do about it? They said, what can we do? It is the government's responsibility, the corporate's responsibility, the tobacco manufacturer's responsibility. I said, why can't you make some noise? You say that among the young fatal heart attacks at your clinic, over 90% is because of tobacco, and you just treat them? What is it that happens? Why don't you make some noise? That didn't happen. So, from 2009, Desh, our society, started having tobacco prevention programs. Tragically, 2010, we had another major tragedy. His wife and child, while coming to Rishi Valley School on the road accident, a heavy vehicle driver, intoxicated, hit them, and they died on the spot. So then I read Niman's reports to say the fatal accidents, majority is because of drunken driving. So then they started that program against substance abuse, tobacco, alcohol, and drugs. In fact, 2 years back, to share this with you, when I had the award, again it was December, winter. For a Chennai woman, next time award is summer. So, jokes apart, this experience, the Tatas are supporting, they have been supporting us to prevent substance abuse among 720 schools in Mumbai. And we do it against communicable disease, non-communicable disease. It is enormous. The challenges, if you read the papers, I don't know what we are there to offer. I just mentioned that a newspaper report says that in Bangalore, some of the school teachers, the school managements, checked the water bottles of the school students, senior students. Their water bottles, water was mixed with vodka. And in many cities you have LSD, you name it, that's there. I tell you, when we do our programs in the schools, we say that think like a Vivekananda. Don't become an addict. Don't become a slave to any unhealthy habit. It is there in you. We have to create the youth movement. As against this, there are women and children, because of metal MMR, mortality and infant mortality rate is so high in those states. What do? 14-year-old child is married. Our senior manager went there to do a survey, and he came with a shock, and he said, "Ma'am, I can't even eat." That girl, she herself is a child, and she's carrying 2 babies. So what do we do about it? Desh is just one of the many organizations. We are doing it, but we need support. We need support. We want everyone to think on those lines, to give them the best health possible. Is it possible? It is possible. Say it is possible. We can all do it together. Please support the cause. It doesn't matter whether you are supporting this NGO, that NGO, but we have to do it. We have to save our youth, our women, our children. Let's get together and do it. And if you do not work towards a solution, you become part of the problem. So please support the cause.